in what ways does Trump view U.S. allies as competitors? And will this jeopardize Washington's ability to maintain its historical network of allies in Europe and the Western Hemisphere?
Yes. Well, Trump's recent stand presenting other countries as our competitors. Um, Trump is very worried about the economic security of the United States, and the United States is $36 trillion in debt. We're hemorrhaging money. This is unsustainable. So Trump is trying to stanch the bleeding and allow the United States to compete on equal footing with the rest of the world, because at this point, Trump seems to believe that we subsidize most of our trading neighbors' economies. I would like to comment on what my colleague said as far as Trump giving into Putin's demands. Some people perceive this as Trump finally recognizing Russia's legitimate security concerns. Trump is not cutting Europe out of the negotiation. In fact, Trump is saying America needs to detach. This is Europe's problem. Europe is Russia's neighbor, and Europe needs to learn to live with and get along with Russia and recognize Russia's legitimate security concerns. Russia does not want fully armed, NATO-occupied, armed Ukraine right on their border. And as far as Trump shutting Ukraine out of the negotiations, it has long been an open secret that Ukraine has never really held any power in this situation. Everything Zelensky does has been dictated by Washington. And unfortunately, the Obama administration and the Biden administration used the country of Ukraine as a vast money laundering operation and has attempted to extract the wealth from Ukraine. For example, at the beginning of the conflict, Zelensky signed over the rights to the farmland of Ukraine to large corporations such as Monsanto and Cargill. So right now, Ukraine is a victim of American hegemony. Ukraine has suffered. Ukraine has never had a chance to win this war. Russia has always been a more powerful military opponent, and now is the time to extricate and cease the hostilities before Ukraine loses any more land and any more of their resources. And Trump has made the bold statement that if we continue to send billions of dollars to Ukraine, then Trump is going to want rare earth mineral rights in exchange, because once again, the conflict in Ukraine is draining Americans' treasure and our money, and Americans can no longer sustain this kind of spending. So we're seeing Trump take bold moves to end the conflict in Ukraine in a way that is acceptable to Russia to prevent hostilities years down the road, and also to end the conflict in the Middle East so that the entire world can go on to focus on attaining economic stability, peaceful, fair trade, and essentially national sovereignty rather than this global oppression that we're finding of all of the countries. So Trump is trying to cease the hostilities in Ukraine. These are bold moves, but they are pushing the ball forward. Europe has to step up and take responsibility for their own relation with Ukraine. And also, when Trump put Britain in charge of rallying the defense of Ukraine, this was not a favor to Britain. He put Britain in charge as a way to pay them back for MI6 attacking Trump during his first term. MI6 was part of the CIA attack on Trump. So now Trump has put Britain in charge of rallying Europe to defend Ukraine, and it is time for Europe to step up and make peace with Russia.